Western Union is doing here and what they're doing with their channels, it was really impressive. A little bit earlier, I was talking to one of the attendees here, Carlos Gill, and Carlos was saying to me that some of what he's been seeing missing is that he doesn't see a lot of job openings for community managers at a higher level. And what that discussion really became was about this community question. And I think that Michael was really addressing that well, because when he talked about the Facebook becoming a community for Western Union, and what a community is.
The common theme of today was around content marketing. Now, for every brand out there that is doing content marketing really well on social media, you have, I'd want to say, tens, if not hundreds of brands that are not doing social media really well. And hear me out now. A lot of brands are putting emphasis on the aesthetics of what they post. So what I mean by that is brands are working with agencies on creating this real fluffy content. And at the end of the day, if your content is not really engaging, and if you're not engaging customers on social media, then all you're doing is advertising out there. And social media is not about selling, it's not about advertising, it's about engaging, it's about relationship building. As a marketer, what your goal on social media should be is to go ahead and use social as a way to build relationships. Through those relationships, you grow loyalty, and by growing loyalty over time, you're gonna go ahead and grow sales. Now, it's not an overnight process, and there's no instant ROI in social media. So I'm talking with Ted Rubin on one of these breaks, and I'm saying, hey, Ted, what's going on that all these case studies that you hear about nowadays are all around content management and content creation, but you never hear brands talking about how they won customers over, how they drove sales, or how they increased loyalty card signups through community management. You never hear about that. You never hear about community management success stories. So he and I kind of started going back and forth, and it was cool because in his closing keynote, he gave me a shout out about that. But it's so true. Like, if you're on social media, the low-hanging fruit is not the fluffy content. The fluffy content doesn't drive people to do anything. All it does is get people to say, wow, it's a cool looking photo. But at the end of the day, what is a static image gonna do to go ahead and drive brand equity for your company? It's gonna do nothing other than maybe get you a couple retweets, a couple favorites here and there. What you really need to do is focus on the community management. What you need to do is you need to focus on people that are talking about your brand, people are talking about your competition, and engage with those people. I can't tell you how many times I go to a department store, a restaurant, any retail location, and I check it on Foursquare/Swarm, or I shoot out a tweet saying how happy I am to be there, how great their product is, and I don't get engagement back. And that really sucks. And it sucks because as a consumer, you want to feel valued. Whether you have 30,000 followers like me, whether you have 300 followers, or whether you have no followers, but you're at least engaging with the brand on their Facebook page. It sucks as a consumer to feel like you're not being heard and you're not wanted. So go ahead and whatever people have told you about content marketing, ignore all that for a second. And 2015, make your strategy around community management. Make it around touching more people, okay, digitally. And one thing that was really cool that Ted Rubin said in his keynote today was around the fact that brands put out this content and they're waiting for consumers to come to them. This is reverse engineering, folks. You have to go to the consumer. You can't wait for the consumer to come to you because guess what? I'm a busy guy. And if I'm not purposely engaging with you on Twitter, I still might be at a shopping mall. I might be shopping with your competitor. You need to find me. You need to reach out to me. You need to reach out to the millennial out there, or you need to reach out to your target consumer that you have access to through a Twitter, and you need to engage with them. You need to have more conversations in 2015 than you need to have sales pitches, and that's real talk. Something else that really stood out to me that Ted really put into context, especially around millennials, was Ted talked about how when he speaks to his daughters, his kids, he engages with them on the platforms that they're using. So he'll text with them. He'll use social media to engage with them. Like, that is the basis. That is the core of marketing 101 when it comes to millennials. You cannot expect a millennial to engage with you just because they see a really good looking print ad with young people in it. You cannot expect a millennial to engage with you because when they go in store, they see a nice pop-up cardboard display with a hashtag on it. That means nothing to a millennial. You need to engage with millennials on the platforms that they're using. That's Snapchat today. It's Instagram. It's Pinterest. It's Twitter. You need to have conversations, because conversations is what leads to engagement. Engagement is what leads to loyalty, and loyalty is what leads to sales. Real talk. So make me a promise, and I really, really want you to stick to this promise. After you watch this video, engage with someone on Twitter. Find someone, and I know it's painful for those of you out there that aren't necessarily extroverts, but no different than what you do in person, you need to do online. Whether it's a brand or whether it's a person that you just want to get to know, send a tweet to at least one person and say, hey, my name is whatever your name is. I really want to connect with you, or let's keep in touch, or let's connect on LinkedIn, or you're in my city, let's grab coffee. Do that and see how much social capital you gain. A lot of marketers are talking about brand equity. They're not talking about social equity. And guess what social equity is? It's dollars and cents, because these are real consumers that you have access to touch right now. These are consumers that are out there on social media, and if they're not shopping with you, they're shopping with your competitors. Let me know what you think about today's video. Hit me up on Twitter at CarlosGill83. Subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment, and I appreciate you watching. Today is day 23 at 365, and I will see you tomorrow, day 24 on Carlos Gill TV. For now, fist bumps, my friends. Bam! Peace, and keep it real.